My drunkest night ever was a long time ago. We had a football night out. So the soccer team I was playing for, we had our just end of season night out. So you can imagine we were absolutely on the rip. Went out early, no food, probably after a game, drinking like solid. Um, and we got to like the late bar at home in Tremor, and the Baldy Man. I remember we were on vodka and Lucasade at the time. So a lot of lads were rugby lads as well. And you probably know they like every drink is a double. So it was like double vodka and Lucasade. And I cannot drink vodka. Like it's one of them drinks, like when you're underage and you have drink, like for some reason we always had vodka. And just ever since then could never ever drink vodka. Even to this day, it kills me. But I hadn't drank it in years at this stage, so I was like, yeah, I'll drink. Everyone else is drinking vodka, Lucas said, I'll drink vodka and Lucas said. So we have a few of them down, and I remember all the boys were going out smoking. So there's like 8 of us left, and two of us don't smoke. So we stayed back, me and Finbar. Finbar's a doctor, really sound, nice guy. Hadn't really ever been out with him before, but he was like letting loose. It was like one night out a year or something, so he was like going to town. And I remember he said when the boys went out smoking, sure, I'll go get my round in. So he went up and got 8 double Lucasades, or double vodkas Lucasade, and I said, fuck it, I'll get my round in now as well. So we were up at the bar, barman pours out all the drink, and I always remember Finbar, a real cheeky little grin on him, and he said, how many of them do you think you could drink? And I kind of said, I don't know. And he was like, I'll race you. So we had 2 of us, boom, just started knocking back as quick as he could. I remember even the barman just like was like, oh, fuck this. He just walked off. So me and Finbar then drank all that. That's when my memory stops. So the rest of this is kind of put together by little bits I remember and from what I was told. But the boys came back from smoking, and we were sitting at these like tall tables, like they were all their age back in the day, the tall table you could stand, or you needed bar stools to sit at. But Finbar was on the bar stool and he's just head down, conked out asleep. And I'm sitting on one of the bar stools, and I'm just like swaying side to side, flopping all over the place. The boys said, like, just a big smiley head of me flopping away. I was like Bosco without the fucking hand up his arse, just like flailing. And so 2 of the boys picked me up, 2 of the rugby lads. So I'm so short, they just picked me up and my 2 legs were just off the ground, and they walked me down to the taxi rank because I couldn't talk. And somewhere on the way I got sick because I had a bit of puke down my shirt. And I remember like it was one of them pukes, where you kind of swallow most of it back, a little bit came out. But when we got into the taxi rank, the woman running it wouldn't let me in the taxi, wouldn't let me in. So even though she's a friend of the family, she knows me, she acted like she never knew me. She's like, he's not going on one of my taxis. At the end, they negotiated with her to let me stay there till I sobered up and give me a taxi home, and they fucked off back to the nightclub. So I remember then I must have fell asleep because I remember jumping awake. When you jump up and you're like, where am I? And everyone looked at me. So I said, oh, I need to go to the toilet. And I went into the bathroom in the back. And then I was like, fuck this, I'm going out of here. So I only live about 10 minutes away, so I could have walked anyway. So I walked out, and I remember the air hit me like a bomb, just going outside and oh fuck. And I turned to walk down the street and I just fell. And like that weird feeling you get when you're drunk, where you just the ground is coming towards you, and you're like kind of you forget to put your hands out, or you're like going, why is the ground coming towards my face, rather than putting your hands out. And I slapped off the ground, but instantly it was all cold and the concrete. And I remember just kind of going, it feels nice, like I could go sleep here. And my face was like on the ground, and I remember, I have a vivid memory, a big boot just coming down right by my head. And I kind of half looked up, and there was like a guard uniform, And I just heard this real stern voice saying, "Get up, we're bringing you home." And I remember just being so cheeky, just like, "Fuck off, I'm walking." And like the car just said, "You're either fucking getting a lift home or you're spending the night in the cell." And I remember just like, "Ah, sure, I'll take a walk home. I'll lift home there." And they threw me in the back of the car. Straight away I fell asleep. Woke up, my dad looking out the door, real worried looking, because the guards are at the front door. And then they had to carry me in again, feet off the ground because I'm so short. And I just fell straight asleep on the couch. Um, I remember my brother telling me he came in and I was just laughing my head off on the couch instead of room. Then I just ran to the toilet and got sick. I woke up the next day in my father's bed, and I hadn't a clue where I was because I didn't live there anymore. And yeah, had a hangover from hell to dwell in after probably the drunkest I've ever been. Well, I've had a few stories, but that's definitely the top three.